Hello everybody. Hype Man 1861 here. Well, just got home from work. My wife is out getting some bouquets done for her cousin's wedding tomorrow. So, I think, or I thought, I would come down to the workshop, finish up a project that I was going to be doing that I should have had done 6 months ago. First off, I'm smoking my Wally Frank Limited Rusticated Bulldog. I really like it because it's smooth on top and the rough on the bottom there. I'm smoking Old Toby in it. Yeah, excuse me. Tom Big B. I'll readjust my brain eventually. Smoking Tom Big B. I really like this stuff. Anyway, I mentioned in passing on a couple of other videos that I restore state pipes. At the moment, just mine. Yeah, I get a lot of satisfaction out of it. I just have a lot of fun, you know. Just cracks or chips out of the bowl, fixing them up, mudding them if they're starting to burn out, sanding them down and make them shine pretty, polishing them up on the buffing wheel, carnauba wax, whole 9 yards. I just really like working on them. I really like smoking them, and I really like not having to pay $150 for a pipe. So, this is a project that I started a while back. This here is a Premier Bakelite. I don't know what you want to call it. The stem is Bakelite. Has bone tenon. The bottom of the bowl and the shank are Bakelite, solid molded Bakelite. The bowl is briar. It's similar to the Falcon pipes. So he has the two holes in the bottom of the bowl. Threads in. I imagine it's probably from about 1915, 1920. That general area. Well, I bought this pipe in a lot on eBay, alright? The bone tenon was broken in half. One half was permanently affixed into the stem, the other half was permanently affixed into the shank. Now this was back when I first started fixing these for myself. So, the title of this video I think is going to be Restoring Estate Pipes, a comedy of problem solving. Problem causing and problem solving. So, just to start with, the proper way to do this, which I know now, is to very carefully take a drill bit that's smaller than the threads and drill down through the tenon and slowly increase the size of the drill bit until basically you just scrape the outside of the threads, and then you can dig the remainder of the bone that's embedded in the threads out with a dental pick, and then you have your threads intact so you can put a new tenon in there. Alright? Well, for some reason this simple and effective method did not occur to me, okay? So, I thought, well, put a drop or two of denatured alcohol on there to loosen up the tars, which that's alright. And then I thought, well, maybe I can get a piece of square tempered steel forced down in there and kind of turn it out, kind of like an easy out for a screw. Well, unfortunately, as anybody who restores a state pipe, especially old ones, know, bone expands and flexes a little bit more than steel does. And the long story short, I accidentally busted off this piece of tempered steel wire, square wire off inside the shank here. Alright? And it was permanently affixed in there. It was tight. Tried getting it out and I couldn't. If you look real careful, you can see kind of this little spot in the airway there. Those are the little scars where I tried to get it out of there. Well, thought about it. There's an old method, an old watchmaker's trick to getting broken screws out of watch plates. And that is to drop the watch plate in the screw. Now, watch plate's brass and the screw steel. You drop the whole unit in a solution of sulfuric acid, battery acid solution, basically. And through the electrical, the galvanic reaction, the steel will be eaten away and the brass will be okay. So what I did was I filled the bowl, or the little shallow bowl here, and Bakelite. This is important. Bakelite will not react to sulfuric acid. Alright? Any other material, this will not work, but Bakelite is sulfuric acid proof. Okay? I filled this up full of battery acid solution, and I dropped a brass wire down the airway. So it's just making contact with the tip of that wire. This took 3 weeks of rotating around the solution. But I finally got that steel wire in there dissolved back enough to where I could punch it out. And the day that I punched it out, I accidentally hit the front of this bowl with the punch I was using and chipped the daylights out of it. So the last, and well, I'll get to that in a minute. So I got a bone screw tenon that fit it properly. I drilled this part of it out correctly. Fitted that, had to shorten it down to fit. Cleaned up the threads on this once I got everything out of there. And it is not perfectly centered as far as left or right on there, but it's good enough for my taste. I'm not going to try to correct it any further. I could try, but I decided not to. So I got that all set up. So now the last thing I have to do, I cleaned and reamed and sanitized the bowl, that's all done. The last thing I have to do to make this pipe ready to go is I have to sand down. I put built up super glue over the chip area. Just regular clear super glue. Amber would have been better, but clear will be fine. And I'm going to sand that smooth and level. And it will be ready to smoke. Now I say all that to say this, so I actually do have a point to this. If you're interested in getting involved in estate pipe restoration, or pipe restoration of any sort, and like I say, I know considerably more now than I did when I attempted this for the first time. I kind of set it aside for a year or so until I got more of the hang of things. But you're going to break stuff. It's just the way it is. You can be real careful and you can avoid 99% of problems, but you're going to end up breaking something, okay? With an estate pipe, as long as it's yours, if you're going to get into it as a business, I would recommend at least practicing a minimum of 1 or 2 years with a lot of different pipes, all your own, before you do anything with anyone else's pipe. But you're going to break stuff. It's just the way it is. Clocks, I've broken things on clocks. The trick is, every time you break something, look at it as a learning experience to learn how to fix what you broke. Okay? That's what I had to do with this pipe. That's what I'm going to have to do with other pipes and other clocks and everything else. If you're going to work on things by yourself or for yourself, you're going to break things. That's just the way it is. But every time you break something, that is a learning experience. A learning experience of, oops, I better not do that again. And a learning experience as far as how to fix what you broke. So if you're getting involved in pipe repairs and you break something, don't get discouraged, okay? And it will be discouraging, but don't get discouraged. Don't let it stop you from doing it, okay? It's fun to do. I'd get on eBay, buy some old broken K. Woody or Wally Frank or whatever, and go to town on it, clean it up, sterilize it, ream the cake out of it. Have fun with it. Get on Reborn Pipes, this blog, Steve Laug, I believe. Reborn Pipes, he's in Canada. He goes through how he cleans and sterilizes and goes and redoes these pipes. Get on his blog. That's where I learned a lot of the stuff I know now. Get on there, see how he does it, and go from there. Okay? Anyway, you all have fun. I'm going to start sanding on this. I will show you probably the finished pipe. I'll probably smoke the finished pipe in my next video. Anyway, this is Pipe Man 1861 saying thank you for watching. You all have a wonderful evening. Goodbye, good luck. May the good Lord take a liking to you. I'll see you real soon here. Bye, folks.